A troubling situation for families in Brantford tonight. A bat found inside a local daycare has tested positive for rabies. Parents were told the dead bat was discovered in a room for preschool children Monday, and another live bat was spotted flying around inside just one day later. CTV's Hannah Schmidt joins us live now with more. Hannah, you spoke with a parent of a child who attends the daycare. What did they say?
Well, Ashley, Creative Minds Daycare confirmed to parents and caregivers the rabid bat was discovered inside the building earlier this week, confirming that one child and a staff member came into contact with the bat. Grand Erie Public Health says those who had direct contact were advised to start rabies treatment as a precaution. But families say this wasn't the first time bats have been spotted near the property.
It's the kind of message that makes parents' stomachs drop. A notice from their children's daycare, warning of a bat inside, later confirmed to have rabies.
That was kind of our turning point that we are going to just have an overabundance of caution.
And then another bat sighting.
There's two bats, a live one and a dead one. We figured it was in best interest to just get a better safe than sorry, get my son a rabies shot. There was a whole bunch of other children also.
A parent who wished to stay anonymous due to concerns over their child's private health information told CTV News they were alarmed by the news prompting them to pull their child out of daycare.
It does throw a wrench in some of the scheduling aspect because, all of a sudden now you need childcare full-time for 2 weeks that we weren't anticipating needing.
Grand Erie Public Health says anyone who had direct contact with the deceased rabid bat found on August 11th has already been contacted and advised to start post-exposure prophylaxis.
We do not have concern at this time or have not been notified at this time of anyone who had a high-risk exposure, which would involve a bite or a scratch. Or potentially any contact with other mucous membranes.
The daycare says no one came into contact with the second live bat that was found flying around the facility's second floor. Once the deceased bat was confirmed rabies positive and the second bat was sighted, the daycare was temporarily closed on August 13th.
We're not 100% sure how long the daycare will be closed for. We're hopeful that over the course of the next few days, we'll be able to report back to the parents. We're going to keep in touch with your parents directly.
But parents say they were stunned to learn there had been bat sightings months earlier. Sightings they say were never shared with families.
They've also seemed shocked by some of the other information that was provided. So again, it just seems like a big disconnect somewhere. And I think that's the frustration of, I know for us and probably a lot of other parents.
The daycare says those bats were found alive in a bin outside in June. No one touched them and they were removed without incident.
Our maintenance person came and took the tote and brought these two live bats outside of the facility's grounds and released them safely as required by the law because they are protected as an endangered species. It wasn't an incident in terms of anyone coming in contact with it. At the time, the center didn't see the need to concern parents.
The center now working with a wildlife control company to remediate the building.
The center has a crew on site from a wildlife specialist company who have come in every day this week to monitor the situation, to try and find where the bats were coming from.
While a public health investigation is underway into the circumstances surrounding the incident, Creative Minds Daycare will remain closed until the facility has been fully inspected and it is confirmed that no additional bats are present.
At this time, the Public Health Unit says there is no recommendation or requirement for children who attend the daycare to remain at home or isolate. Once the daycare does reopen, staff will be conducting daily inspections for bats before the first student drop-offs.